Good day everyone, this is Patrick from EasyFX Code Training System, and it's Sunday the 8th of December 2019, and this is the weekly analysis for spot gold and dollar yen for the second week of December. Let's start off with spot gold, and after marking the slightly bullish channel on a daily time frame, it has managed to stay within that channel uh, inside the bigger descending wedge, and from the Tuesday move where it bounced to spike through the previous swing low and settling around the 55 EMA, and after that was from Trump's comments on a possible delay in the US-China trade deal, where the US dollar weakened and spot gold capitalized on that after some consolidation for a couple of days. Then the NFP report from the US was much better than expected, and this drove the spot gold lower from the resistance zone at the weekly R2 pivot right next to the 55 EMA, fell through right to hit the weekly pivot at 1460 and closed the week bearish as well, right at that level. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. So the 1475 to the 1477 area, that's still going to be a strong resistance level along with the monthly pivot. The next intermediate zone is at the 50-pip retracement near the weekly R1, and then now settling at the weekly pivot for intermediate support before the next support zone at the 1450 area. From 1452 to the weekly S1 pivot at close to 1454. We could probably for now remove this intermediate zone. So we'll see whether next week there's going to be further continuation move down to this support zone, and if it does break, there should be strong support at the 62 pip retracement level at 1448, close to the 1450 area, and we'll see whether it's able to recover to climb back up into the 1470 zone along with the 50 pip retracement. So from the Tuesday move, you can see that it moved up initially to the weekly R1 at 1470, then to the daily 200 EMA and the monthly pivot at 1475, and then right to the weekly R2 pivot all the way right up to the 1480 level. And that's where we identified the next swing high to mark the slightly bullish channel. That was the high at 1484, but since then it has retraced the move lower, so we'll see whether it stays within this channel. And next week there's a couple of US news. There's US CPI on Wednesday and retail sales on Friday, but the big key event will be the FOMC rate decision late Wednesday, and which will be early Thursday morning in Singapore for us, which will be 3 a.m., which I'll probably give it a miss as there's no rate cut expected. Let's take a look at the dollar yen. And after falling out of the ascending wedge formation, finding support at the 55 EMA, climbing back to retest the monthly pivot at 109. It has since fallen again to retest the 55 EMA and this previous swing low from early part of the year. That's right at the end of January. So on a weekly level, there was a bearish engulfing candle there after hitting resistance at the 200 period EMA. Now it's back to the this previous swing low at the 108.50 area. So there could be further bearish continuation move next week, targeting the 62 retracement level. Let's move this fib now to the swing high here. So it is already at the 62 fib, which is actually the 38 fib retracement. Let's flip this over so that you can see this. So it is already at the 38 fib retracement level at the 108.50 area, and if it does break down further, it's going to reach the weekly S2 and then the 50 fib retracement level at 108.10. So this could be the next intermediate support zone. Before reaching the 108 round figure level, where the next key support is going to be. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. And initially, with the better than expected non-farm payroll report, it did climb back up to the weekly S1, but then retrace all the gains by the end of the day, and that's still due to the US trade deal with China. So there's still concerns there. So this the 200 period EMA at 108.74 is still going to be a key intermediate resistance zone. And then this next level at the weekly S2 is going to be the next intermediate support zone before hitting the 108 level. Alright, so as highlighted, the key event is going to be the FOMC rate decision, but not so much on the no rate cut is expected or any change, but it will be the press conference by Fed Chair Powell and what the outlook is going to be for early part of next year. Alright, so meanwhile, do check out my other videos on Euro, Cable, and Aussie dollar, as well as the Ichimoku analysis for Euro and Cable as well. Alright, meanwhile, have a good trading week, and we'll follow up on Tuesday, and cheers.